of the International Drug-Free Athletics, like you can see on my t-shirt here. Been running natural bodybuilding contests since year 2005. So for 2 decades, 20 years, I've been running natural bodybuilding competitions. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about, was Stan McQuay ever natural? He claims he was 100% natural while he competed in Musclemania competitions. Does anyone remember Stan McQuay in the Musclemania competitions? The guy looked phenomenal. Who remembers that? He was like one of the biggest names out there in the late 90s to 2000. And then he went to the NPC and IFBB and all that stuff. Who remembers Stan McQuay? So we're going to get into it, whether we think he's natural or not. So stay tuned for that. So I'm just waiting for people to jump on here. So I'm sure there's other fans out there. We're going to talk about whether Stan McQuay, the picture you see in the thumbnail, do you think that guy is natural there? He says, because that picture's from 1997, he says in that picture he's 100% natural. He says he didn't even think about doing steroids till about the year 2000. That's when he started doing research. And then I think in 2001, he started competing, or 2002, somewhere around there, he started competing in the NPC and IFBB and all that kind of stuff. And eventually earned an IFBB Pro card. So anyways, who believes Stan McQuay in that picture there, and even when he competed in all those Musclemania shows that we saw televised back in the day, because that was back in the day, if anyone remembers, you got to be an old school bodybuilder. I'm an old school natural bodybuilder. I've been following natural bodybuilding since about 1998 or so. So I knew who Stan McQuay was. The guy was phenomenal. Okay, this is back when Musclemania used to have their shows on TV. No one else was on TV, okay? So all these natural guys were getting so much exposure. So Stan McQuay had every incentive to stay natural and compete with Musclemania. But the question is, do we believe? Because he still says to this day, I think he just did a recent interview saying that he was natural up until he started going after that IFBB Pro card. Okay, so prior to that, so that's year 2001 and beyond, and previous, he says he was natural, 100%. Okay, so who agrees that the picture I'm showing is Stan McQuay, and who knows who Stan McQuay is? So drop some stuff in the comments here. Let's get a discussion going. Who knew who Stan McQuay was? Who remembers Stan McQuay? He used to be in the Musclemanias. I think he won like a pro Musclemania show, maybe a couple shows. He was basically one of their top poster boys for Musclemania. Because I remember him clearly who Stan McQuay was. Okay, so who's on here? Hey, Sabi Mir, how are you doing? So everyone else on here, we're talking about whether we think Stan McQuay was natural. Because I know he eventually, by the year 2006, I think at the light heavyweight division, which is heavier than he ever competed at natural, he was probably about 20 pounds heavier, harder, more muscular. He earned an IFBB Pro card in 2006. Then he went on to do some pro lightweight shows and all that kind of stuff. That was when they had 202 and under, I think. I'm not sure. And he went and did pretty well at the pro division there. Then he took some time off and he came back as a IFBB Pro Classic physique competitor, where I don't think he did all that well, to be honest with you, but he came back and he tried out the new division called Classic Physique. But his highlights, his prime was basically when he was with the Musclemanias. The guy was an amazing natural athlete. And then his prime also was probably like 2006 to about 2010 when he was with the IFBB as an IFBB Pro bodybuilder. Okay, as a lightweight bodybuilder, 202 and under or wherever the class was, right? He looked phenomenal there too. But when he came back for Classic Physique, he wasn't all that great. I guess probably when you retire and you come back, it's just not the same, right? So he didn't look quite the same. But he was an amazing natural bodybuilder. So I may do a Natty to not on Stan McQuay in the future. So I did one on Kai Green. Check that out. I've just finished taping the Shaun video. So we're going to have that up in the day within the next 24 hours for sure. Either it'll be up tonight or it'll be up tomorrow. So give me 24 hours of Shaun Clarita's Natty to not video up. His is very impressive, and his is not even a question. I didn't even have to do was he a fake Natty? He was not. He was 100% natural. But when I was thinking about doing a video on Stan McQuay, I started thinking, was he even really natural when he said he was natural? because I'm very much questioning it, because Musclemania was always known for, at least people, the whispers were out there that these guys weren't really natural. So I don't know for sure. I don't know if anyone on here is a true natural bodybuilder lover, knows anything about the natural bodybuilding past. Come on here and let me know. Hey Stans, how you doing? So yes, this is a live feed, guys, so I'm just taping it here. Again, Stan McQuay was a top level bodybuilder. I remember him from back in the day. He was very inspiring. He was in all the magazines. He was even on TV, because Musclemania was on TV back then, back in the year like 98, 99, 2000. Like those years, I believe it was on TV. That's when Musclemania was the biggest thing going. It was like, as far as recognition of the athletes, it was bigger than the IFB at the time, just for that short period of time, because they had one thing that the IFB didn't have. They had rights to TV because of the natural status of the athletes, right? The real people, because it was more realistic. There wasn't all these steroid-enhanced, freaky-looking physiques. It was more like, oh, that's a physique that's possible. But of course, with all the haters, so I always say natural bodybuilders are the biggest haters of natural bodybuilding. Everyone was hating on Musclemania, and they still do to this day, whether their athletes are natural or not. So that's why Stan McQuay will always be questioned on whether he was truly natural. He still stands to this day. So I think I saw a video from like 2024 where he's still saying he was natural when he competed in the Musclemanias, which was 25 years ago. Okay. So he admits to being on steroids, may not to this day, I don't know what he is right now, but when he was competing like 2001 and beyond in the NPC, he admits that he was on steroids. He did his research, he did his blood work, all that stuff. He said he did it the smart way, blah, 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 don't they always, right? But anyways, the real question about this video today is whether he was truly natural when he was with Musclemania. Because if he wasn't, this natty to not won't even make sense, right? I want to do a natty to not video, but the whole idea with natty to nots, I want to be pretty positive myself that these athletes were natural before they became not natural, because then it really shows the extreme, right? They took their I feel like Stan McQuay was natural. The guy just had, like Greg Doucette always, like Greg Doucette, this is my new line I keep using, like Greg Doucette says, all these top guys who are phenomenal physiques are 1 in a million. That's where the problem is, where people try to compare ourselves to these top level natural athletes. We try to say, oh, they can't be natural. Yeah, they're 1 in a million, guys. There's a thing called genetics. Some of these people are just gifted with great genetics. All right. So anyway, if you're seeing this video right now, I'm Shaun Campbell, Shaun Campbell 2.0. Subscribe to me on this on YouTube here. If you're on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, go follow me on there as well. But the real big mission here is to bring awareness for natural bodybuilding. I want to make the IDFA, which is the organization I promote here in Canada, I want to make the International Drug-Free Athletics natural bodybuilding competitions great again. So the goal is to make IDFA great again. I know it sounds cheesy. I know it sounds like a political statement I'm making. It's not. Don't look into it too deep. The only thing I want you to look in deep when I say make IDFA great again is just let's bring back the IDFA to what it used to be. Let's make the shows as great as they used to be. Let's get the audiences and the support of natural bodybuilding like it used to be with the IDFA. Okay, so go to idfa.ca for more info on that. Again, I'm Shaun Campbell, Shaun Campbell 2.0. Subscribe to this channel. And since we've got that out of the way with Stan McQuay, if you have questions about Stan McQuay, let's talk about it here. If you just want to talk about anything else, we can talk. Because I'm going to be on live for a little bit here. And let's just have some conversations. So I see Sebi and I see Stance on here. So hello to you guys. So if anyone else is new on here, subscribe to the channel. I'm in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I'm rocking and rolling here. We're talking about Stan McQuay. Stan McQuay was a top-level Musclemania pro champion back in the day in the 90s and the year 2000. And even, I think he did a pro show in 2001 with Musclemania. He was the poster boy of natural bodybuilding for the longest time. Because when I first got into it, I used to see him in the magazines, see him on TV. I was very inspired by Stan McQuay. The guy's physique was phenomenal. I think he competed as a middleweight, so maybe like 160, 170 when he was natural. And then I believe he went not natural. He started competing around 180, 185, even as high as probably close to 200. I think 190 is heaviest. So he competed. So that's where I tend to want to think maybe he was truly natural back then, because he put on about 20 to 30 pounds after he decided not to be natural. After he took his physique to its natural limit, he still packed on 20, 30 pounds more of muscle. And if that's the case, it makes it seem like maybe he truly was natural up until year 2000, 2001, when he competed in the Musclemanias. He very well could have been really, truly natural. The guy is just genetically gifted. He's, like Greg Doucette says, he's 1 in a million. Okay? So that's what I want to discuss. I just, like I said, guys, I did a natty 2 knot on Kai Green. You'd be surprised, you'd be shocked almost if you saw what Kai Green looked like. Not that he didn't look great. He looked great as a natural bodybuilder, but the amount of muscle mass that he's put on since going with the IFBB and becoming an enhanced athlete, the amount of muscle mass he put on is outrageous. That's what a 1 in a million physique can do. They can take themselves to the natural max and look phenomenal, enough to beat most people who are enhanced. Then you put steroids, those guys on steroids, and the fucking sky's the limit, right? Kai Green, Shaun, these guys are absolute mass monsters now. Like I said. So yeah, so if anyone knows anything about Stan McQuay or anything or wants to talk about him, jump on here. If you just want to talk about natural bodybuilding, jump on here. If you just want to say hi to me, Shaun Campbell 2.0, jump on here, because I'm just having some fun here, guys. We're just having fun. We're talking about fitness. We're talking about natural bodybuilding. Hey, Pantelis, how are you? So if anyone's new on here, subscribe to the channel. I talk about natural bodybuilding. I talk about workouts. I talk about gossip. I talk about Greg Doucette. I talk about Hussein Farhad. I talk about Jeff Nippert. I get into all this fun stuff. So subscribe to the channel if you want to talk about bodybuilding, fitness, natural bodybuilding, natty or knots, all these kind of things. I talk about these kind of things. I get into influencer dramas. I give my 2 cents now. My goal now is to give my 2 cents on these natty or knots, these natural bodybuilding drama stuff you see on here, especially natty or knots, right? Because I'm a good perspective on what a natty or knot is, right? Because I run natural bodybuilding shows since 2005, guys. I've got 20 years experience running and seeing top-level natural athletes on stage. And I've competed and lived a life myself as a natural bodybuilder. And I'm a guy with just average genetics natural bodybuilder. So I can sort of relate to what people say when they see these guys with these great genetics getting great results, because I think it is possible. I'm a guy with very average genetics, and I got decent results on the natural stages, right? So these guys with the gifted genetics, I don't see where it's not possible for them to do amazing things. So yeah, so anyone on here new, subscribe to the channel. I'm Shaun Campbell 2.0. I just put up that thing about Stan McQuay. I just want to get people commenting in the video. If you see this video later after the live feed is done, comment in the video what you think of Stan McQuay. Comment like if you think he ever was natural. I want to believe he's telling the truth, because I've seen him on video interviews saying that he was 100% natural prior to going to the NPC. So I want to know what you think, because if he wasn't natural and he's saying he was, that's what you define a fake natty as, right? Is people who lie about their natural status are fake natties. Okay, so is he a fake natty, or is he truly a natural who went to the other side? Or was he a fake natty who eventually came out as doing drugs, right? You know what I mean? That's the question, because I know now he trains people, and he trains people with chemical enhancements. He trains people and helps them with PEDs and all that stuff. So he's part of that life now. But was he a true natural athlete at the time, back 20 years ago, 25 years ago? I want to believe he was. I feel like it's possible. I feel like the results he got is possible, because there are people with the 1 in a million genetics, like Greg Doucette says. So if you want to see anything about natural bodybuilding or any of that kind of stuff, go into my videos. Go subscribe to the channel. Go check it out. Thanks for the trophy, or the... Yeah, I love that. Appreciate that, Pantelis. We'll take the trophy. I'll take any victory I can get. So double tap on this video, like it, subscribe to the channel, guys. I'm Shaun Campbell, Shaun Campbell 2.0. I'm in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I represent the International Drug-Free Athletics, which you see the logo back there. These are a couple trophies I've won in natural bodybuilding. That's me way back in the day, natural bodybuilding. That's me there as well. My other stuff I promote is the workout warrior stuff. IDFA on my chest, I wear it proudly. I believe in natural bodybuilding. I believe in being a role model to those around you by doing it natural, by not putting yourself, your health at risk. But if you choose to put yourself at risk or whatever, take PEDs or whatever, we're not going to hate you here. But just don't be a fake natty. Don't pretend to be natural if you're not. If you're taking stuff, that's fine. It's your choice. I don't promote it, I don't advocate it, and I want to be a role model to what's possible naturally and putting your health first, right? But as grown adults, you can choose to do what you want. But just don't be a fake natty, or don't compete in natural shows and try to beat the drug test. Like, don't take away from people in the natural bodybuilding world's experiences, right? Don't lie to people what's possible, because you didn't do it the natural way either, right? So don't pretend this is possible. Fake natties, no one likes the fake natties. Even the guys who are on steroids don't like the fake natties. They're like, fuck, man, these guys drive me nuts. No one likes the fake natties. Everyone's bust the balls about the fake natties. Don't be a fake natty, guys. I'm going to do a video about Christian Guzman, natty to not as well. I just got to figure out when the timeline was when he first started doing steroids. So we're going to do, and I need to get some video footage, picture footage of him competing naturally, then some pictures of him not naturally, compare them and stuff just for fun, and we can create a fun video on that guy for sure. The Shaun Clarita one's a real cool video. It's coming out within the next 24 hours. I have my editing equipment all up here on my editing software up on my computer right now. I just filmed the audio portion and video portion of me for the video, and then I just have to download some of his routines and stuff like that. And we're gonna get the Shaun Clarita video out. The guy is phenomenal. It's almost mind-boggling how much muscle he put on. He put on about 60 pounds of muscle. We're talking about Shaun Clarita now. He put on about 60 pounds of muscle since going enhanced. It's fucking amazing. Because as peak in natural bodybuilding, he got to about 130, his peak, his best. Now his best in the 212, on the 212 Mr. Olympia stage is like 182. So he's basically 52 pounds more. But when he first started bodybuilding, he was only 118 pounds. So he's basically 64 pounds heavier now on stage weight, than his stage weight was in 2005. So in 20 years, the guy's like 60 pounds of muscle. It's kind of crazy. Yes, if anyone's on here, see me on here, jump on here, subscribe to the channel, ask me some questions, let's talk, because I can go off topic here, because I just want to get the main conversation was, is Stan McQuay truly a natural bodybuilder when he was in Musclemania? Was he truly natural back then? I want to believe he was, but for some reason I never thought he was. But he went on steroids and put on about 20 pounds more of solid muscle mass. So it does make it seem like maybe he was natural all along, and then, because how do you gain an extra 20 pounds of muscle after you've already been, say if you're already on stuff, right? But he definitely looked fantastic. He was like the poster boy for Musclemania. That's Stan McQuay. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off here, unless we get some questions dropped in here. If questions start coming in, I'll jump back on. But I'm going to jump off of here for now, and then, yeah, let's talk a little bit later, and we'll talk another time.